All right, let's get this show on the road. Welcome everyone to the stream. And we'll get building in a second. But yeah, let's see. So today I thought I don't have anything in particular like super well planned out for today. There's a lot of stuff that needs doing, and there's only so much time in my life. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of it done. I've got a few small projects in mind, and I thought also that it might be fun to do kind of like a little tour just to show you guys around some of the new stuff. And you'll get to see some of the old stuff too for people who have not been around for the previous few streams and the videos and all that. But yeah, so right now we're in like a little garden area. I like hanging out here. It's just I don't know, it's peaceful. I'm stuck. Usually it's peaceful when I'm not stuck. There it is. But yeah, no, it's just, we got a little water feature. We got some trees, lots of plants. It's a nice place to chill and hang out. Very happy with how this came out. So much so that kind of makes me want to build another one somewhere. I don't know. I mean, there are lots of good places in the city for gardens of varying shapes and sizes. And the first thing that I want to do, so I want to introduce you to a little friend of mine. So, gotta see if I can remember how to get there. I get to go here, and then up these stairs. Let's see. Gotta go all the way up the stairs. All the way up to here. Okay. He's a mushroom. He's got his show here in this little building. I don't know why I like it so much. I just think it's funny that we've got this happy cow hanging out in this theater. You can see there's a sign that says now featuring Shrum the Magic Cow. I think the fact that his name is Shrum is also like a contributing factor. He's super cute. Hey buddy, how's it going? I don't know. I often stop by to see how he's doing. I mean, it's not like the Minecraft animals can die, but I like to give him wheat. Just keep him well fed. Because unfortunately, he spends a lot of his time just kind of locked up here in the theater. At some point, maybe I should grab him and take him out for some fresh air and all that. But hey, how's it going? Anyway, that being out of the way, I thought maybe we'd go visit some of the new stuff in the city. Because there's always new stuff in the city. So let's see what to do first. I think the first order of business is to go check out the castle, because there is some really, really neat stuff in the castle. So we've recently brought on a 6th member of the build team. I call him Finn, but I think his game name is Dolphin Boy. But I like Finn. I think it's I don't know. It's a good name. Solid name. I used to have a friend named Finn. But it was short for Finnegan, not Dolphin Boy. So, but anyway, he's been doing a lot of stuff in the castle, and I thought we'd go check out some of it because there's a lot of it that's really, really cool. He's just doing a fantastic job. Also gives me an opportunity, kind of an excuse, I guess, to it gives me an opportunity to just walk the streets. Sometimes I find that just walking around the streets of the city and everything, it gives me some insight. Sometimes I'll walk down a street and I'll be like, oh, this is too narrow. That's something I need to change. And then it's something I can come back and work on later. But it's something that maybe if I wasn't like walking around, like I am, maybe it's something I wouldn't notice, So I think that, it helps to spend some time being immersed in your world. because maybe you'll find out that what you thought was like a really convenient path for everyone to take from point A to point B, maybe it isn't so convenient. Maybe there's just not a lot of reason for people to go that direction. It's interesting to learn these things. So, what is this? It's the entrance to the freightings. So let's see. We may have to fly because there are supposed to be stairs in here, but there are not currently stairs in here. And I don't know if this water elevator is functional. We're going to find out, I guess. Oh, seems to be functioning as intended, so that's good. Yeah. I don't know if the water elevators are going to stay. I thought it was kind of fun and, like, kind of magical, I guess. But I don't know if it's magical or if it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's too technical and it's hard to say. But, oh. Hey, what's up? This is Tarek. Yeah. Let's see. He's yeah, we don't see him very often. He's an elusive creature. There you go. He just said hello to all of you who are watching personally, each and every one of you. He's very glad to see you. But yeah, we're going to go check out some stuff in the castle. I really like this walkway. Oh, we have to wait for Tark to dance. All right. Let's see it. Oh, yep. That there is a dance. Maybe we'll dance with him. Beautiful. This is some quality, A+ quality content right here. No worries. Here. Maybe he'll come along. All right, cool. So we're gonna head in here. I don't know if anyone's seen this statue. Kind of like an angel statue. Got some diorite and some blackstone. It's pretty nice. Not sure about the nether star. Might need to rethink that one. I don't know. This is all very nice. I like this. This is relatively new, although there's like a big hole in the wall, and I don't. There was a reason that I poked the hole in the wall, and I don't remember what that reason was, but at some point I'll remember it. Got some plants and stuff. That's kind of cool. What is Tarek doing? Oh, he's just wandering. What's that sound? Oh, that's probably... Yeah, it's Finn. Finn is currently redesigning the throne, I think. He's been hard at work. He's just been running around here doing all sorts of things. Oh. Finn and Tark actually haven't met yet, I don't think. Let's see the... I'll praise the Dolphin King. But yeah, this room is cool. I love the floor. So Finn has been hard at work. Look at these. He's got like some what did he call them? He said they're risers. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a good idea to have some seating in the throne room. You know, I don't know. It's something that makes logical sense, you know? So that's pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, this is something I was very excited about. If we go up these stairs, look at this. Look at that chandelier. That is just nuts. Like, I don't know. That's so many end rods, but it's very fancy. And he's put up maps of the entire city. So yeah, I don't know. I guess people haven't really. I don't know if people have really seen, but we've got maps now that show the entire city in all its glory. So we are right about let's see, here, where the cursor is. There's Centerfall, and here's the little purple building where we met Shrum the cow. And yeah, this is really cool. I don't know if I've shown anyone like a top-down view of the entire city before. I didn't know that Minecraft maps, I didn't know you could put them up like this all next to each other. But it's yeah, neat things. Look, there's some maps here on the table too. Oh, these are like big style maps. Look how small the city is. And then there's more stuff out there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, he's been hard at work. Every time I come in, there's new stuff. Look at these chairs with the banners. That's really, really neat. Let me see. I don't remember where everything else is. There is more stuff. We may have to spectator mode it. This castle is so big that I get lost trying to travel around. Oh, here's our somewhat infamous pile of 50 gold bricks for the 50 subscribers we had. That was pretty cool. Yeah, the support for the channel has been really incredible. It's just, I don't know, it's blowing me away. I don't know, it's like one of those, like, I didn't realize that people would legitimately want to watch me. Oh, hey, how's it going, Millbill? No, but I didn't think it was something that people would actually want to watch us play Minecraft, you know? I don't know. I mean, I guess I watch people play Minecraft, but, like, I watch professional YouTubers play Minecraft, you know? It's a different beast entirely, I think. But yeah, no, I mean, 50 subscribers that's the most attention I've ever had in my entire life. So that's amazing. You know, props to everyone who subscribed, and also all the people who are helping me, you know, create content that is subscribable, because that's the other half of the equation, I guess. Let's see, over here, this is the other thing that Finn's been working on, is this this is the royal bed chambers, and he's done like this really cool, see if we can get a good view of it. Yeah, I got like this crazy stained glass layer, but whatever the case is, it's really pretty. There's even some water next to the bed with like coral and stuff. And of course, you know, this is the king. He's got a 3-wide bed, because, you know, he wouldn't have it any other way. 3 wide or no bed at all. Oh, look at this. That's really neat. I keep coming back. Every time I come back, there's new and different stuff. So he's built like these cool arches in the ceiling. I really like this a lot. It's a good looking room. It might be, I'll have to talk to him. I think maybe if we replace this block up here with like glowstone or shroom light, and then, you know, wrap it with trap doors, that'll provide light, and it'll fit in really well with this design. Look at this stuff. This is nuts. It's like I don't know. I guess they're armor stands that have been like commanded into the inside the block, or maybe pushed with a piston or something. I don't know. I'm really new to like all of that really complex stuff that requires you to do more than literally just placing the blocks. But that is super cool. These are like little glass display cases. Really awesome. I'm trying to figure out. I know he built more stuff, but I don't remember where in the castle it is, because the castle is just so big. It's absolutely enormous. Let's see. Maybe it's in here. What is this? Oh. So we're back in the throne room. You can see he's built a throne down there, and then over here we have. This is kind of like council chambers and stuff that why can't I fly? There it is. So, you know, the king sits up at the head of the table, and then we have seats for, I believe I talked to him about it, and these are seats for the representatives from the 9 different provinces in Honoria. And then let's see. What is this? It's the royal scribe. So we've got Damerwald, Han Flor, Invori Major, Emis. And then on this side, we have Illias, Ikaito, Invori Minor, Norn, and Navarro. So those are the 9 provinces. And then back here, we have representatives of just some kind of organizations in the world. So this is the Conclave Arcana. They're sort of the wizard organization, I guess. This is Mechanica. They're sort of more of a steampunk technology focused organization. And then this is Reaper. Reaper is like kind of a legal thieves guild is the way I describe it. Yeah, there's a big long story behind that. It's pretty interesting. At some point I'll have to, I guess, tell it. Let's see. I don't remember. We might have to use spectator mode because I'm getting a little bit lost in this palace. Let's see. Let's try going downstairs. Because I know that he built like royal baths and stuff somewhere. Let us see. Oh, here we go. Here's something. Here we go. This is the royal baths. So we've got big old bathtub. You know, very royal and fancy. Look at that. Taking a bath in a suit. It's that's the real deal right there, that is. Oh. But yeah, and then like I don't know exactly what these are. I think they might just be decorative, but they're cool nonetheless. But this is personally like one of my favorite things. Got like towels and things, and then he set up like a wardrobe. So he's got these armor stands with all the different armors, you know, for the king to wear. And then I think this is an elytra. I don't know. I don't play survival, but it's either an elytra or it's a cape. But I think I read somewhere that capes are only bedrock. I don't know. Someone will probably inform me of whether I'm right or wrong. But yeah, they got some lighting. Look at this. This is like a changing screen made out of banners and trapdoors. And then inside he's got a pair of golden pants. Oh, it's classic. What king wouldn't want to own a pair of golden pants, right? Golden pants or no pants. That's what I always say. Let's see. What else is there? I'm probably missing like a bunch of stuff. This is more walkways. I believe it's down here at the bottom of this hole. Let me just double check. There's nothing there yet. Yeah, so this tower goes all the way down into like the belly of the entire building. So you can see here, this is what all of the builds look like before we build stuff. Let me turn on my night vision. Here we go. Now we can see what we're doing. You can see the kind of circular patterns where I built this entire place with spheres. It's not subtle. But yeah, so I don't know why there's this circle here. I'm sure I had some sort of reasoning for why there's a circle here, but I don't remember what it is anymore, so at some point I'll figure it out. Let's see. Let's head down. So further down, it only goes like one more floor down. But down here is really let me take off this night vision because it's going to be cooler this way. So down here, Finn has put together a crypt for the fallen kings of days past, and it is like super cool. Like, look at this entrance, even just the entryway and this little hallway with the soul torches. He's got signs that are like wood paneling kind of. This place is really neat. I came in here the other day kind of on accident, and I was just blown away. Look at this. This is so cool, right? So we've got all the different, all these little kind of, I guess, sarcophaguses or coffins. And there's like some, yeah, so it's kind of ruined. It's old, right? And you can see parts where the ceiling has crumbled down and the different floors have crumbled a little bit. We've got these little altars set in the wall with the torches. Really like that. And then, of course, the most important thing, we have these two enormous statues. So this one on this side is, he's not really like the, he's not actually the Grim Reaper, but he's kind of like the Grim Reaper. His name is Zywim, and his purpose as a god is he's a psychopomp. So psychopomps are traditionally some sort of figure who leads you to the land of the dead from the land of the living, right? So the guy who rows you across the river Styx, things like that. So Zywim is the psychopomp for the pantheon of gods that I've created in this world. This is a pretty good likeness. I mean, given that I have very limited idea of what he should look like anyway. But, I have a Google Drive that just has some random little docs in it where I've just typed up a bunch of my notes about like world lore, and he went through and read like a bunch of them, and like from the random, poorly written notes that I have written there, he built these statues of like gods from the actual lore. Super, super cool. This big wolf statue is an elder god. Her name is Ureg, and she's the one who actually runs the after. So she runs the world of the dead. She's the big boss. The two of them, Zywim and Ureg, they're on good terms. They hang out. I don't know if they really hang out, but they are on pretty good terms altogether. But this statue is just, I don't know, it's a really cool statue. I have to say, this city is getting full of really cool statues. It seems like everyone has been everyone has been building some statues lately. I don't know. People have been at it for a while, and they're just getting cooler and cooler as we go. Oh, yeah, you should come check out. The castle's getting really full. He's been building stuff like 24/7, basically, it seems. But yeah, I think that's everything in the castle for right now. So I'm just going to spectator mode my way out, maybe. Just kind of escape a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so I mean, this is a big undertaking on his part. I admire his gumption and all that, because, oh man, this castle is really big, and trying to actually fill it in with stuff is just crazy. I don't know. I'm not very good at building interiors of buildings. It's something I repeat a lot because I don't know, I feel like it bears repeating. I'm just it's something that I wish I was good at, but I am sadly not as good as I'd like to be. And it's something that, I'm working on to improve, just like anything. But it's always amazing to me when people are able to come into a building that I put together and add their own touch and fill it with things that make sense. It's really cool that things come together that way. That hopefully it means that I've built these buildings in such a way that people can look at them and understand, what the functions of the different rooms are, stuff like that. And just, the collaborative aspect of it is fantastic. I started this project as a solo venture, and I am, every day I am thankful that I, decided to change that, and I decided to start, letting other people come and help, because, it's just been a wonderful experience. I've made so many awesome friends, out of random strangers on the internet, basically. And I don't know, people build things that I can't even believe. I don't know, it's a wholesome feeling, I mean, I say it a lot, but wholesome is like, it's a good thing. It's good to have happy, nice, lighthearted things in your life. 'Cause especially these days, the world is sometimes a depressing place. So having a little bit of sunshine just really turns things around. But yeah, I don't know if people are interested in hearing more about the lore of the world. That's something I can definitely do more with in videos, and maybe even on stream I can walk around and talk a little bit about it. I don't know if that's something that's interesting to people or if it's something that's just interesting to me, because I could see it going both ways. Maybe people only want to see the Minecraft. They only want to see me build stuff, which is totally, that's totally legit. I get that. But if anyone, people are interested in hearing about the story of the world, I'm always eager to talk your ear off about it. But yeah, that's my favorite part about all this. This world, I have just buckets and buckets of lore that go along with all of this. And, I'd like very much, a place to share all that. And I've been trying to artfully work some of it into the videos here and there. But, I don't want to overpower anything. But yeah, let's just a couple more little things just to show you guys around. So this is a tower that leads from the ground up onto the wall. And Bart has built this, and she's gone ahead and named it Skull Tower because she's been using these little skulls as decorative bits and bobs all along the tower and everything. And I think it's kind of fun. But the kind of the story that we came up with, that kind of goes along with this, because I think a lot of people see skulls, and they think, oh, it's dark and depressing and evil, right? Skeletons are scary and bad. But, in a lot of cases, in a lot of cultures, that's it's not the case. Yeah, so there's a lot of good things. Not that death is good, right? But there's a lot of things that are valuable, about the act of dying and the cycles of life and death. It's a natural part of the world, and it's not something that I think people should. I don't think it should be so taboo, but that's just personal opinions. But anyway, something we came up with to kind of, talk about. Why this place is called Skull Tower is we thought that maybe this is an area where people come to spread the ashes of, relatives and things, people who have passed on. Just like you hear about people spreading the ashes of their beloved ones, in like the ocean, things like that. Well, people come here and they let their ashes fly free over the edge of this wall. Just sort of a final chance to really be free. There's probably like a good wind or something that comes over this wall that makes that an ideal place to do it. And what's happened because of that is that we've got, we've got all these gravestones, and we have an area where, the ashes come down and just kind of covered this stretch of the covered up this stretch of the cliff face. So we've got some little outlines, and I thought that it would be fun if people really do come here to honor the dead. Then they'd have like little gravestones and things, and so we built some of those. We got some little potted flowers, lots of little torches. And I think it's solemn. It's not a bright, happy, exciting place, but I think it's quietly dignified. So my line of thought was, if people are putting up little headstones and things here, there's got to be someone who tends to those, who keeps them, clean and everything, kind of a crypt keeper kind of people. And I thought it'd be cool if there was like an order of monks who lived down here, kind of near the bottom of the cliff, and they're the ones who are charged with, caring for the dead. I think that's kind of poetic. And so I built these little outlines. Eventually, we'll turn these into buildings. And yeah, they probably wander around and they climb up these steep cliffs in order to place new headstones for people and to repair and clean the ones that are there. But yeah, it's little pockets of the world, little corners of things like this that I think really they add something extra. It's stories that we can tell, and I think that the stories are just it's such a huge part of what makes worlds feel alive and what makes them feel lived in. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I thought it was neat. It's one of my favorite little tidbits about the city. It's lots of cool stuff, but that in particular, I don't know, the idea of it spoke to me. So I thought I'd give you a look at that. Let's see, what else is new? I don't know the last time people saw any of this stuff, and I don't think I've really talked about it. It all goes well together. So this restaurant's claim to fame is they have this conveyor belt system that brings the food from the kitchen downstairs up to the upstairs. I thought that was, I don't know, it's a neat touch, something that you don't see everywhere. So you can see this conveyor belt system. They got little hand cranks, I guess, or something, that they turn, and you can see there's a bowl of soup, and it goes up, and then they pick it up, and then it comes back down. Neat little system, and it's these little world building tidbits. It's not just a restaurant. It's a restaurant with a conveyor belt food delivery system. What's up, NCX? How's it going, buddy? But yeah, things like that are really neat. Let's see. There's another place that'd be kind of fun to walk around, I think. This is a bank. Hopefully it was apparent by looking at it that this was a bank. Because I was working with Bart on this, and we tried to give it a very classic bank shape. It's got those Greek arches with the really shallow angled roof. And to me, looking at that just yells, I'm a bank, I don't know. All the banks that I mean, modern banks don't really look like that, but, in like, in movies and things, the banks always have like the big columns. I don't know. It's very kind of a romanticized idea of a bank. But Bart's been doing all of this. That's all pretty. What is back here? Oh, it's just seating and stuff. Lots of cool stuff, though. I love the way she's been using these note blocks to make like fancy wood paneling on places. There's also a lot of height here. We've got all these columns, and they're all joined up, and the ceiling is actually pretty high up there. So we have, a sign-in desk. We got the security door, right? With the iron bars. Don't feed the clerks. And it's the attention to detail, Got these little work lights and everything, and the little potted ferns and stuff. It's very, I don't know, it feels like exactly what it needs to feel like, for people to look at this and be like, oh, that's a bank. Got little outside garden kind of atrium thing. Back in here, this is where, you've got the tellers and stuff doing their bank telling things. Through here, I believe this is the secondary entrance. So here's kind of another waiting room area. And if we go through here, we actually pop out inside the halls of order. Because the bank and the halls of order are technically kind of one building. They're at least very interconnected. Let's see. Wander through here a little more. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the lighting and everything is really good too in here, with all the quartz and everything, you know, I worried a little bit that it was too much quartz, but you know, with the combination of the quartz blocks and the smooth quartz and the pillars and everything, and a little bit of diorite here and there, I think that it's actually got a good amount of texture, I think. Yeah. So if we head down here, you know, I think everyone understands what's going to be down here, right? It's a bank, and we're going downstairs. This is going to be the vault. I don't think the vault itself has been created, but I had this concept that Bart and I have been working on where the vault that's beneath the bank, you know, you obviously, no one wants to mine through solid rock to dig a vault for anything if they can avoid it. So what we thought was there was probably an old castle here, you know, long, long ago, that kind of got, you know, buried over time and fell to ruin and all that. And they probably used, you know, there's probably some bits of it underground that were still standing. And when they built this bank vault, they just kind of tunneled into the parts that were still standing, kind of shored them up, and incorporated them, right? Because that'll save you a lot of work. This is also an area, you know, if we're protecting money, we might as well protect other things as well. So I thought it'd be cool if we put kind of a safety deposit box system down here, and then also a place to store like sensitive documents, I guess, you know, because upstairs is the halls of order, which is kind of a, you know, like courthouse, city hall type deal. So you can see here, you know, Bart's made it look a lot like, you know, there's parts of it that were built by the bank when the bank was built, all this stone stuff. And then there's this black stone that kind of shows up randomly that I think, you know, kind of represents, you know, whatever castle was here before, that they've started kind of incorporating it into the structure. And it's just, I don't know, it's really cool just going down these stairs and seeing all of this. Like, look at that. Right now, this looks out on the inside of the mountain, which is not very picturesque. But eventually, I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's going to be a window. It might just be like a kind of a stained glass thing with light behind it. I'm not sure what Bart had in mind in particular. But yeah, we can see a little bit. That's what the underground of the mountain looks like. It is absolutely covered in glowstone and sea lanterns. Because when I started building under there, I didn't realize you could like just give yourself a night vision effect. So I was playing basically blind, and I realized that I'd have to, I just started putting down light blocks so that I could see what I was doing. That was quite a while ago. I've come a long way since then. So this is the big room. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Tweed? But yeah, so we got, this is, you know, kind of a crossroads for the different kinds of vaults that are in here. And Bart has just done some really amazing things with the ceiling in here. It feels, I don't know, kind of organic almost, you know, it feels kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't quite feel like something that people built. It kind of looks like something that just grew here, and it's so perfectly geometrically centered and stuff that, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's fun to look at. It's a very interesting shape. But this whole room is great. You know, there's all sorts of light on the floor and the walls and the ceiling. It's really cool. What is this? Oh, it's the registry desk. Yeah, so, you know, this is probably where you come, you know, you come and, I don't know, speak your password or whatever, and the, you know, the corresponding vault door opens. So if you're here for bank business, you know, maybe you go through this door. I don't actually know which ones are which. I don't think any of this has been built yet, but it will. We'll get there. So yeah, you know, we've got 3 different doors for 3 different purposes. I think that's, I don't know, it's really neat. This place is really, really beautiful, and it's so deep underground. It's, I don't know, it's mind-boggling to me sometimes just how much space there is that I'd like to fill in this build. You know, I get caught up in the fact that, you know, we got to work on the you know, we gotta work on the upper city, you know, the part that's above ground. But there's a whole area below ground and at the bottom of the cliff that, you know, I'd like to fill it with buildings as well. There's a lot. It does kind of look sort of dwarven, huh? Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's kind of you're right, because it feels sculpted. You know, like they sculpted it out of stone instead of just like, you know, instead of laying the bricks or laying the stone in there, it feels like it was a solid piece that they chiseled and carved. I think, I don't know if that's 100% true. I'm not an architect, but I imagine just, maybe we'll just fly, cheat a little bit. Let's see. I think there's just one other thing that I want to show you guys, and then we'll do, you know, we'll do a little bit of building and all that. Going through here, I love walking through this district. Tark has done such a good job of, I don't know, it's like kind of claustrophobic, but also not claustrophobic all at the same time. Oh, it might be my with the shaders on and everything. I don't know if my computer is handling it well. That could very well be the case. If it gets too bad, let me know and I'll turn the shaders off. Maybe that will help. But I do like having them on because it's just beautiful. So we've got these little message boards, a couple of them around the city. So we've got a mushroom bakery, high tower kites, Friendly's lodging house, ice cream on a stick, jungler fruit of the desert. That was a fun day when we decided that jungler fruit was a thing. But yeah, this is one of the, I don't know, it's actually one of the oldest districts. This is Little Farador. It's kind of, you know, this is an elven city overall, but this is like the little corner pocket of the city that's, you know, where a lot of the humans tend to live and hang out. This is like their little area. And it's kind of modeled after what I imagine the human monarchy of Farador looks like. So, you know, the houses are a little bit simpler here. This actually, I think, was the first house. This is the first house that we ever built in the city. This house is older than everything else. You know, I mean, obviously I built the mountain first, but I think this was, you know, the first like actual house that ever got built. So that's sort of historic. I think this was the second house that got built. I wasted no time in putting together houses all right next to each other. I've improved in my building skills since this, so it's always nice to be able to look back and be like, yeah, if I did it again today, I'd do it better, right? It's not bad, but it's a little plain. Coming up through here, I love these walkways, the fact that they're kind of snaking their way upwards. And then Bart has built these spruce trees, just sort of as a foil to the, you know, the regular kind of oak style trees that I've been building around the city, and it really adds something to the ambiance of this area. But yeah, isn't this cool? Like, it feels, I don't know, it feels different than the rest of the city, you know? And I'm not sure if I can really nail down exactly why it feels different. It just does. You know, it has something to do with the color and the shape of the buildings and these trees. I don't know if I can really say, but it's cool that it has, you know, that little bit of uniqueness to it. You know, that you could identify that you're in a different part of the city now. But anyway, this place has really exploded. So it started out, you know, just a couple of houses. You know, like I said, this is the first house I ever built in the city, and it's, you know, all the rest of this has gone up in a matter of like a couple of weeks. most of this in the last week. Everyone's just kind of come together and started working on this stuff collaboratively. So we have this really, really cool little section of the city. So we've got these tall buildings, got this little clock tower, and riding around the clock tower, we've got little animals in mine carts, and it's adorable. I think it's supposed to be kind of like those cuckoo clocks. I think it's supposed to be like those cuckoo clocks where, you know, you have like on the hour, the little guys come out of the side of the clock and they, you know, they bow to each other or whatever. I don't know. It's like it's a thing. I saw it in a movie. That means it's true, right? Something like that. But instead we've got animals in minecarts that just do endless circles. And I don't know, it's just fantastic. I love it so much. Yeah, I didn't even know you could put animals in minecarts until Bart built this. This is just, it's great. I could watch it for hours, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. It's great. I don't really have much more to say about it than that. So like the big claim to fame in this part of the city, we've got all of these buildings, right? Everything's a little ramshackle. Oh, we've got some new buildings. See, this stuff keeps just getting bigger and bigger. Like every time I leave and I come back, there's new stuff. But yeah, we've got buildings. I think all this is eventually going to fill in. But really, like, I think my favorite part is we've got this big staircase that loops around the edge of the wall and gradually goes up to the wall top. So you can climb the staircase, make your way towards the top, right? And you can start to see how the staircase is built into the roofs of all of these different buildings. So we follow it up, and we'll go under this little building. And this little staircase is called the lower ring, because we have two rings. The first one is the wall top itself, and then this is the lower one. This is the lower ring. Up here, we've got a little flat spot and like a concert stage. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. It's got some jukeboxes that we could stick discs in to play some music, just to kind of set the scene. But yeah, and then John has built all of these little market stalls up here in the upper ring, and they're just, I don't know, they're really great. Pete's Eggs and Pet Store. He's done this cool thing with the coral and the eggs that they look like little nests. I think that's neat. There's Dumpster, an antique store, and then over here we have Carl's Clothing. Got a little tea shop right here. I don't know if it has a name. I think it's just a tea shop. Got some more. This is Stewart's Stews and Soups. Oh, these are the best names ever. Krell's Jewelry Store. John actually told me, so I actually, one of my side hustles, I make jewelry. And John said he wanted this to be my little in-game jewelry store. I thought that was kind of clever. It was like we got like a rope bridge. That seems extremely unsafe, but since when has anything in a fantasy medieval city been safe, right? Little bookstore. This one doesn't look like it has a nameplate, but I'm sure it would be equally comedic. Let's see what else. Let's see. We've got Harold's Loam Farm. How's it going, Harold? You got some nice stuff for sale. Potatoes, carrots, wheat. I can appreciate that. Over here we have Barry's Beef House. The house of beef. We've got kites. So we've got a kite workshop where they're building kites. And then if we go over to this wall, gotta fly up a little bit to see it clearly. But everyone has contributed to building these beautiful, beautiful stained glass kites just off of this wall top. And there's so many different shapes and sizes. We've got these little box kites. We got some that are shaped like animals. I'm assuming this one's like a caterpillar. Let's see what else. There's more of a traditional shaped kite, kind of flat. Let's see what else. Got this one. This is a, I think this is a bee. You can kind of see he's got the stripes and everything. Up here we have a snail. It's kind of hard to see these because they're made of glass, but he is a snail. And then up here is kind of the really big one. We have this big... Oh, hold on. My dog is making noise. Go on out. Oh, sorry about that. She is, she's an interesting kind of dog. She's a dog that kind of thinks she's a cat, I think. Because she does that thing where she wants out, but then she wants out for the purpose of coming back in. So it's... Just wait. It's going to be a matter of seconds, and she's going to be knocking on my door again. But I can't resist her. She's adorable. So, well, what are you going to do? But yeah, John has built just a huge variety of stalls. All these different shapes and colors. He's done some really clever things with leads and chickens. So these composters have chickens inside them. And then the chickens have leads, and the leads are attached to fence posts that, you know, kind of are at the top of these canvas tent covers. So it kind of looks like the tents are being held up with ropes. Oh, that was a kind of a neat thing. I don't know. I haven't seen people really do that before. I'm sure that people do it, but I've never seen it before. So that was news to me. But yeah, we got all sorts of different shops. Let's see, what is this one? Adventure store, rare items for collectors. He looks reputable. Look, he's got a dragon head. Must be a smart businessman. But yeah, there's lots of stores. This one has my favorite name of all time. This is Dargan's Tools and Fuels. John and I were talking about this the other day, and I don't know, it was funny. We were trying to find something that rhymed with tools, and there aren't a lot of things that rhyme with tools that like are appropriate for like medieval kinds of things. Because you've got like pools, right? I guess maybe fools, but you don't want to call your patrons fools, right? That's kind of rude. But then we realized that fuels rhymes pretty well, all things considered. Better than it really has any right rhyming. The English language it's a wacky thing. But yeah, no, this area is really kind of up and coming. A lot of it's been built just recently. Got a fish in a bucket. Let me fly up and kind of give you guys the top down big view. Yeah, look at the animals going around in the circle. Oh, I love that so much. But yeah, this is really cool. I mean, it's amazing to me that, you know, it has literally been, I think, 2 weeks. 2 weeks is all. Like 14 days, probably less than 14 days. And 90% of these buildings have sprung up. I don't know. People work really fast. And it's kind of funny because, you know, this project, like many others, is subject to, you know, periods of time when nothing really happens, when everyone's just not feeling it. You know, there's that creative spark is gone. And then other moments when everything just clicks and people just start building things and stuff goes up really quickly. This was one of those weeks, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to come back maybe next stream and we'll look at it some more, because I'm sure there'll be new stuff by then. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my shaders, and I think we'll do a little bit of building. I don't have any, you know, like really pressing matters at hand, but there's a theater underground down here that I think would be something to be fun to work on. So let me pop my shader. Okay, much better. Well, not visually better, but better for my computer. Let's see. So we can come down this horrible, horrible yellow concrete tube. And down here at the bottom, I gotta turn on my night vision again. Let's see. Good thing it was already in the queue. Down here we have this really big theater. This is something that Tark and I have been working on as theater stuff. He's an actor by trade, so he knows all sorts of things about how theaters work. I have no idea how theaters work because I do math, and math has nothing to do with theater. But you know, he's helping me. He's showing me the ropes, and we're figuring it out a little bit, I guess. No, but I have some vague ideas about how things fit together. You know, like it makes sense that this theater would be sort of cone shaped, so that people in the back can hear whoever's talking on the stage, stuff like that. But some of this stuff is stuff that you don't see if you just go to the theater for fun. And if you're not behind the scenes, so I don't know anything about that stuff. But Tark does. He's doing a rigging experiment. I don't know what that means, but he's got some pretty crazy stuff going on with pulleys. Well, they're not pulleys, they're grindstones, but I think they're supposed to be pulleys. This is quite, I don't know, it's fancy. Oh, I just fell. Huh. I don't know. Looks very complicated. I don't know how any of it works. But I'm sure it'll be awesome when it's done. So for my part, I think I might just start trying to kind of fill in some of these walls and stuff. I think that might not be a bad idea. Messing with a curtain back housing rigging system. That sounds complicated. Yeah, I don't know. He's he's doing some pretty advanced, high level stuff that I am no good at. But let's take a look at this. So I'd like to start kind of filling in these walls. Oh yeah, look at that. We've got some passages that kind of go under the... Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize there was stuff under here. Oh, this is the Orchestra Pit. Oh, that's really neat. I didn't know that he built that. A vomitorium. Dang. I didn't think the plays were going to be that bad. That's a bad joke. Let's see. Yeah, oh, this is... I didn't realize that's what this is down here, but it is. It's a little orchestra pit. That's really cool. Got a little trapdoor to get in and out. Oh, let me take a look. Oh, they all look really good, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if I think maybe this one. Yeah. I think maybe the armor stands... I think maybe the armor stands are just a little bit... I think they look too much like people. I think this one is good because it looks like a heavy stone with a pulley attached to it, which is pretty much what it's supposed to be. This one I can see how it's like a double pulley, which would make sense from like a physics perspective, but I don't know if it quite works with how Minecraft operates and all that. That hole is going to be the death of me. Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll do some work on the walls and stuff. He says go for it. So that's all the prompting I need. The question is, I don't know exactly what color any of this is going to be. So what I might do whenever I don't know what color things are supposed to be. Oh, well. I was just going to build the entire thing out of yellow concrete. We've got some palette stuff going on down here. Just some things to think about. I think red and yellow are good colors to work with. Because first of all, they're colors that mesh well with the circus, circus-y kind of district above it. Imagiria's official colors are red and yellow. And also because, I feel like, I feel like a lot of the big theaters that I've seen have those really bright blood red curtains that are just really, really, they're eye-catching. And then I feel like there's a lot of theaters that have like that, the fake gilding on everything. Sometimes real gilding, I guess, maybe. But, it's just everything looks like it's been gilt in gold, but most of the time probably has not. But here's our kind of some thoughts we had for palettes for the walls and such. And I don't really know. I don't know what would look the best, to be completely honest. I like the grays and the blacks. I don't know if I want to build this out of black stone. I think that might be a little too dark. I think maybe we want to stick to like slightly more neutral gray colors. Maybe just like dark gray colors. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to look at basalt. Because basalt has, it's got kind of what I'm looking for, where it's got the gray and the black, but it's not as black as blackstone, right? Blackstone is, is a bit darker, you can see. And I think that it's a little too dark. So instead, we'll do some stuff with basalt. I think also I like using blocks that have that square face texture. So like netherite, where it's got squares on all the sides. It just feels like a solid kind of foundation block. Something that you can use on the base of pillars and stuff. So we'll probably grab, in fact, I think netherite blocks might actually be the best way to go. There's also polished blackstone. Might be too dark. It's hard to say. Let's see. What else can we use? What are some other interesting colors? I'd like to stay away from the terracottas and the concretes because they don't have texture. And I like using blocks that have some texture. I think it just brings a little something to the build. Maybe gray wool though. Might be a little bit dark. Maybe even bedrock. It might be kind of fun to build stuff with bedrock. I know that's kind of by 2 pillars. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the foundation of the pillars out of this netherite. And we'll probably go maybe 3 blocks tall. Like that. Lose my voice. Let me get a drink of water. Oh, okay. I'm back. Don't worry. Not dead yet. Oh man, I hope I don't lose my voice over this. But yeah, so the base of the pillar, we can do it kind of like that. And then I think we can just kind of start working with basalt and just bring that up. Yeah, so this is interesting because I forgot that I did this. This second row of seating up here actually extends further back behind the end of the wall than the lower floor. So these pillars will actually be underneath the floor supporting it, which, thinking about it, actually probably will look pretty cool. I think we probably bring it down to here because then, the next layer of blocks is just going to be the floor. How does that look? It's not bad. Kind of makes me wonder where the floor here is. Looks like the floor is going to be in line with this blue concrete. I don't know. Is that too tall? Doesn't necessarily feel too tall, but I think also we might need to do something to make the base of it expand. Oh yeah. Whoa. Three grindstones. Oh. Nope. Let's see. It's left over from when I built the yeah, just leftovers. So when I built the curve of the roof, I built it here, and I had to bring it down. Yeah, I had to bring it down, you know, in like the actual corner or the actual edge of this half circle. But realistically, the walls of the auditorium are not going to be flat like that. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. So that's something we'll work on. Back to this. I think, looking at this, I think I want to expand. I don't know. Kind of want to expand this base, but I think that 4x4 is too much. Maybe we'll just leave it for now, and we will come back to it later and give it some more thought. Okay, so we're gonna have this. Yep. Bring these up. Cool. And then we're just going to try and space it regularly like that. So this is like a gap of 3 blocks. Diagonally, it gets a little bit weird, but I think that this is probably where our next one is going to go. Yeah, this is the bottommost floor. Let's see. Yeah, and, you know, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but that looks fairly equal. Let's see. Oh, one more. Okay, cool. Got some pillars there. Let's see if we can figure out 3 blocks, huh? I think that's going to be here. Yeah, that looks more or less equal. You know, I mean, it's never going to be perfect because we're building in a game made of cubes and we're trying to build circles. It's just, it was not destined to be, but you know, we can do our best to try and make it work. Let's see. I think the next one would be here. Well, actually, it might not be far enough. You know what? I think I was wrong. Let's see. I think it actually needs to go here. That still looks too narrow. Okay, well, if we move it to here, that spacing looks better. I think this is where we'll put it. Oh man, it's funny because I don't play survival. Oops. So you know, it never really, it's never bothered me or, you know, been like a point of interest for me building things out of expensive blocks. So like, I do a lot of the layouts for the big builds in like diamond, which, you know, like if you were in survival trying to build something out of diamond blocks, like, yeah, I mean, that would be pretty intense, right? And it's weird because I don't play survival, so it doesn't really occur to me that that's like a weird thing. You know, diamond is it's just another block in the game. It happens to be one that I like because it's got, you know, it's a high visibility color, I guess. Yeah, that spacing looks pretty good. So the same thing with this netherite, right? Like, I mean, I don't know the exact ratios, but I know, you know, from being on the internet that netherite blocks are also very expensive. Probably more expensive, I would guess, than diamond, given that it's like the next level up. And it just, I don't know. I mean, I build with them because I think they look nice, but, you know, this is probably, I don't know, probably annoying some people that I have so little respect for for the sanctity of expensive blocks, something like that. Let's see. We don't need this right here because this is gonna be the walkway, right? This leads to how we get out of the building. What does this say? Big doors here for moving sets. Okay, I can get on board with that. So we've got some pillars laid out. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Let's ask Tarek, see what he thinks. Come, Tarek, this direction. Moment of truth. The judge inspects the pillars and prepares his statement. Will this builder be receiving the seal of approval? I think it'll just depend on the walls. All right, well, stay tuned, folks, because we're going to do the walls next. I get that. Let's see. Because I was thinking gray walls, but if he has something else in mind, then we can certainly go with that. That's true. Okay, well, let's see if we can come up with something else. Maybe sandstone. Actually, maybe red sandstone. We'll have to give that a shot. I think acacia could be a possibility in there as well. I think I don't know if we decided, but I'd like to do the floors with this this stripped crimson log, because that's just a really nice bright color. That's also true. Yeah. All right. We shall see. Let's try a few things. I think maybe some sort of yellowish colored block, so maybe sandstone or these stripped birch logs could look nice. I also think there's a possibility that acacia or smooth red sandstone could be something that we could use. I don't want to use anything super, like gaudy, like purple or anything. I think that it's better to leave the bright spots for like the carpet and things that we want to draw attention to. The walls are not really things that that we're too concerned with. Oh. Let's see, soul trees. they're kind of religious sites. There's only ever really one per city. This town has the honor of having two due to unforeseen natural disaster circumstances. But it should be, in the lore, pretty much the only city that has that going on. I do wonder if we could use like this white terracotta. Maybe kind of some of those pinkish blocks. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. On one hand, I think using something kind of beige like sandstone or the birch would make for kind of a nice stucco look. But at the same time, maybe something with a little more color would look better. I don't know. I would like to mix it up and use, a textured mix. But in order for that to be the case, it has to be a color that there are multiple different blocks in that color, in various degrees, which is surprisingly difficult to do. Gray is like one of the big colors. There's 101 different gray blocks. Brown's another good one. But I don't think that this place would be made out of wood, being underground and everything. So I think brown is probably out. It leaves us with fewer possibilities at that point. I do kind of like the strip jungle, though. I kind of wonder... We'll test a few of these. So we'll put like a mix of some of these different ones, and we'll just kind of mix them up and see if anything pops. That's not bad. What would happen if we put... I think that's too kind of pink or reddish. But I think if we use some of the other kinds of sandstone, maybe we won't worry about it at this moment. Let's just get some other ideas laid in so we can look at it. These ones have kind of a pinkish. I can already tell that those don't match closely enough. So you can find something that's sort of... I really like this white terracotta, but it's just such a unique color. I don't know if there are really other blocks that are close. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything. So I think we might have to discard that idea. Because I don't want to make the entire wall out of pink terracotta. I think that would be a little bit much. Let's try smooth red sandstone and these acacia logs. Let's see. And I'm just laying these just as randomly as I really can. That's not bad either. It is very bright, but it does sort of fulfill that red block niche that I was kind of looking for. Let's also try these crimson bricks. And then, I've realized looking at this that probably the best way of going about this, instead of going through and replacing and trying to build it with two different blocks, is probably just to build it with one block and replace a few of them. I think that's too red. What other sort of I wonder if dark oak would look good, or like spruce. I think it would have to be stripped. Maybe like this. That's too bright. Maybe planks. That's a little closer. What else do we have? What does soul sand look like? Hello, how's it going? Glitch EXE, I guess, would be the proper way of pronouncing it. I don't know. But welcome to the stream. And also, I probably, this should go without saying, but if anyone has any questions about anything, please do feel free to ask. I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat in the out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not super great at it. It's something I gotta work on, just like most of the things in my life. Let's see. I like the gray terracotta. It's got kind of a deep brown hue to it. Maybe ancient debris. It's a little bit more red. I don't know if that's too much. Let's see if there's any other blocks. Not really seeing anything else that... I know that cartography tables just look pretty much the same as dark oak. Yeah, so I think this might be what we have to work with. Let's try a few of these. Now that's not bad. I actually do kind of like that. What about the ancient debris? It's a little bright. A little bit bright. So what if we just replace kind of a few of these? If I'm checking soul sand, I should also try soul soil, I suppose. Only fair, right? That's not bad. Not sure how in love with it I am, but a polished granite, regular granite, and then these bricks. That's a possibility. I kind of like the idea of, you know, kind of a brick wall theater. It's I don't know, it's quaint. Let's try a little bit of this. Let's poke some random holes. That's not bad either. I think we've definitely got some strong contenders. I don't know. If anyone else wants to weigh in, I'm open to suggestions and for commentary on what people think about all this. It's probably one of the great things about being on stream is that people can interact with the art, right? Something like that. Let's get Tark's opinion, see what he thinks. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. We can get everyone to come take a peek and see. It's interesting. I kind of like the red sandstone. Oh, yeah, Tark likes that too. Just testing. Let's see what MCX thinks. Yeah, I have to say that's... Oh, interesting. He likes the dark one. Yeah. I think I've been kind of leaning this way. I kind of like this yellowish one. Let's see. Oop. What did he say? Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. He likes the brick. uh. Hmm. Let's see. We did not decide on seats yet. Oh, so currently we're just working on building a city. So I've got a whole city put together. And right now we're working on a theater. Let me fly up and give you a better look at things. So we've got this big theater with a little stage and some seating. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what color I want the walls to be. I've got some little pillars built up. But we're trying to make some decisions on what colors we'll do for the walls. Yeah. So yeah, we're currently underground. I don't know how much of the stream you've seen, but it is. You've got to here. I'll fly up for a second so you can take a look. We are currently underground in the city. So this is what it looks like above ground. Right now we're working on an underground theater, and it is it's a challenge. It's a challenging thing to do. So it's much debate about colors. Unfortunately, that tends to be what happens a lot in these big projects is arguing about the small things. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. It's a really big project. We're almost at the 1 year mark. In fact, I believe, I broke ground on the city, so to speak, in March of 2020, because that's when the pandemic hit my city. And it's just been, we've been slowly putting it together since then. But yeah, right now what we're doing is not terribly exciting, but if you like doing it, if you like seeing, there's plenty of other videos on the channel and stuff that have better views. Even when this one is uploaded after the stream is over, or I don't know if you can go backwards in the stream, but the beginning of this video has some nice overview of what the whole city looks like in general, so you can get an idea. So what was the final decision? I don't even remember. Sandstone. Okay, yeah. I agree with that. This stuff. And to be honest, I'm probably just going to fill in all of this space with something really generic. And then I'll use brush tools to get a random selection of sandstone and stuff going on. Because I don't particularly want to have to place this all by hand. We'll say -A. So this we'll probably do this. We'll build these in yellow, and then we'll brush them. That seems like a good plan. This is kind of about how things go. It's a lot of it's spending a bunch of time making decisions about what you want things to look like, and then, you know, like a matter of seconds actually making the decisions in the end. Okay, cool. So we'll fill that. We should also keep in mind, I do keep forgetting, that these seats are going to get raised up, you know, by block high increments, I think, as we go back in the rows. So we may not even be able to see much of this wall when the seats are all put in and finished. So that's okay, though. It's okay. Not worried about it. You know what? It's kind of bugging me that I'm using yellow concrete as the walls, because when I replace things, I don't want to accidentally replace like these outlines with the wall texture. I think that it's better if we keep the planning stuff for the planning. So I'm actually going to just convert these really quick. Let's see. It's yellow concrete. Oh no, what's something we can... Well, we'll use diamond blocks. I know it seems overly fancy. Yellow concrete diamond block. There we go. Yeah. It seems a little bit excessive, but it lets me keep track of things. And diamond blocks are also something that, you know, there aren't like diamond blocks just like laying around the city. So there's no, you know, I'd worry a little bit under normal circumstances that, you know, using the brush tools, you know, if I used quartz, right, I could accidentally turn some of this into, you know, sandstone and stuff, and I wouldn't want that. So I'm using diamond because nothing under here is made out of diamond. Also, it's very bright and easy to see. High visibility is indeed a thing. It's not just for bikers and, I don't know, runners, people who do things outside. I wouldn't know about that. Let's see. Okay, ducks in a row. That looks super fancy. Not quite what we were going for, I don't think. Let's do it like this. Oh, right, because we're just gonna set. Perfect. Okay, so that's something we can replace later. Now we need to put the pillars in. Now I'm wondering if it's possible that I can just copy and paste the pillars onto the other side, because I'm very, very lazy. It should be fine, because this place is symmetrical. And I just will make sure that I do not select any blocks that are not something I want to copy. So we'll do like this. This is a neat trick. I don't know if people are intimately familiar with how World Edit works. But if I stand here in the middle and I say copy, and then I say flip, and then I know that the direction to the right of my camera is north. So we're going to say flip north. And then we can paste -A, because we don't want to paste the air blocks because they might interrupt stuff. And fingers crossed, it should flip these pillars. We'll have to see. Oh, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming to view the stream. It's a long, hard, and somewhat complicated process, but we're getting through it little by little. Yeah, glad to see people here. It's actually very exciting. This is only like the third stream that I've ever done, and it's neat to see that people are actually seeing it and stuff. So that's awesome. We need netherite. Let's see. That looks good. Sure. Let's take a little break. That seems like a fun distraction. If there's one thing that I love, it's getting immediately distracted from the stuff I was doing and going off in a completely different direction to go do something else. It's a good way to get not very much done in a long period of time. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, that's kind of cool. Huh. Yeah. So I think with trees and stuff, I think with trees and stuff, we just have to be careful to, we don't want it to feel like the trees are overgrowing the palace. I think that it's better that they're just contained within boxes, right? Because it's the royal palace, right? Everything would be very rigidly structured, I think. Yeah, that's a really neat shape. I like that the leaves hang down. That's something that I haven't quite got the hang of in building trees. That is really cool. I think that this place is really shaping up. Man, every time I come in here, there's all sorts of neat new stuff. Okay, distraction aside, let's actually go do some more work on the palace, or not the palace. I'm distracted again. The theater. Okay, so let's just get this filled in really quick. Put one here, put one here. Let's see if we can find the command. Aha, look at that. Yeah. I think that's good. Let's just make sure that these are spaced the way I think they are. Yes, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that this was centered, and that these pillars were not centered, I guess, or they weren't. They were symmetrical on both sides. So this is going to have a doorway. I would think it would be a relatively large doorway. Probably taking up this entire little walkway area. Let's see. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. And then I think probably the next thing we want to do is put a floor, some sort of floor. It doesn't have to be a fancy floor, just some kind of floor. Usually what I do is I listen to audiobooks, or like podcasts, things like that. And it's just, I don't know, it's nice to be able to not think about things and just chill out, listen to some, sometimes music is a good option too. I don't know, and just build. This is a fantastic game. I love it so much. I've only recently started playing. I started playing in February of last year, so it's been about a year. And it's just, I don't know, I am kicking myself that I did not start doing this sooner, because it, you know, it just feels like, I don't know, I would have had so I would have had so much fun building these things had I started when I was younger. But there's nothing can be done about that now. So what are you gonna do? You work with what you got. Let's see. So let's figure out this floor. I think we can get rid of this quartz. I think the blue concrete should stay, just so we know. I'm gonna get rid of these just because I know where they're gonna go. So we don't want to mess too much with the box. Just kind of fill that in. I don't know exactly what Tarek has planned for this, so I'm just gonna fill in this space for right now, just so we have floor area. Let's pop that too. So the way this floor is going to work, we've got all these little blue lines that look like a Wi-Fi signal, and it's going to be sort of stadium style seating. You know, or I guess really it's more like theater style seating, but I don't know if that's as common a term. But yeah, so basically what it means is, right, if we put all the chairs on the same level, the guys in the back wouldn't be able to see what's going on the stage because they'd be staring at the back of the head of the dude in front of them, right? So what we can do to prevent that and to give this building some more shape is to have the seating get taller as it gets further towards the back, kind of bowl-shaped. Now, the thing that we have to keep in mind, though, is that we don't want to get too tall, right? Because these guys in the back, the roof is going to be this level. So realistically, these chairs can't be up there because then, you know, there wouldn't be chairs. So we have to kind of find a seating scheme that works okay with where the chairs are. So I think the first two rows can be where they are. I don't think we need to raise those up at all. It doesn't seem necessary to me. And I think, I'm trying to think, we need to use another kind of block to that we can replace later. And I don't know, I just need a block that I don't use anywhere else. This place is gonna look ridiculous for a while. I'll let you guys know that right now. Because until I start breaking out the brushes, we're going to be using the brightest colored blocks I can find, which in this case I think is emerald. So I think these first two rows of seats can be down here on this floor. You know, because I don't think people will have any trouble seeing over each other for just two rows. But I think starting here, we actually want this row of seating to be taller by a block. I'd do it by slabs. But I just don't know. I don't think we don't know exactly what we're doing for chairs, and slabs make that difficult because, you know, you can't, if you have a slab, you can't put full blocks on top of it without them floating. The question kind of remains: does it get one block taller every row back? Let's see what happens if we do that. So this would be 4. Oh, we're getting pretty close to the ceiling there. You see that? So I don't think we can do that. Yeah, that's too short because with the chair sitting on top of it, there won't be any room for people to sit. So that's too much. But what if we did it, you know, kind of doubled up the rows? So these first two rows are at ground level, and maybe the next two rows are at 1 block high. So we do like this. And then the next two rows are at 2 blocks high. Just like... I'm so glad that I mapped out these concrete outlines. Because yeah, this is not... You know, I can do some of these calculations for like circles and stuff in my head. this is not one of those times, because this is just very, very confusing. So yeah, this one will also be 2 blocks high, I believe. Let's see. Gotta remember to break the corners because I don't want to mess up the seating. Just like this. Yes. All right. And then the last ones in the back row, we can put those at 3 high. Let's break that. Let's see. This one's 2, then 1, then 2 again, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1. I'm recognizing a pattern. Oh, but we're breaking it now because here's a 1 again. Ooh, these rows of seats are getting long. Okay, let's see. So, if we're doing it right, we should hypothetically, you know, if all those little emerald blocks have chairs on them, we should be able to see everyone, which I think we can. Because if we can see everyone, that means everyone can see us. And then, for this last row of seats, I'm a little bit torn. Because we could put this at 3 again. But honestly, I think it actually might make sense just to put this at 4. So have it be like a gradual slope where it's, you know, gradual curve, and then at the end it gets just a little bit steeper. Because that still leaves us with, you know, quite a bit of clearance. 1, 2, 3 blocks of clearance. So that's room enough for someone to stand on top of their chair without hitting their head on the ceiling. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. Let's try it with just 3 blocks, though. I know I just finished saying 4 blocks, but I kind of want to see... I've got a couple of reasons. So my reasoning for this, if I do it 4 blocks, it means that, you know, it is going to feel a little bit cramped back here. Because your head will be relatively close to the ceiling, and it means that, you know, putting light fixtures and stuff back here is not going to be easy to do. So maybe we focus a little bit more on there being more headroom, and less on the logistics of seating. I think that even back there, I think that it's still believable that people would be able to see the stage from way back there, even, you know, even with everyone else in front of them. The other thing that it makes me think is if this is where the floor level is, I don't want to cover up these pillars too much. You know, I'd like to be able to see at least some of them, see them a little bit. And so, you know, I think that it's better to leave that open so we can see what we're doing. So, that being said, let's see. I think that seating arrangement is pretty good. You know, just got double rows. And I think that, you know, it gives us a lot of room on the floor. Yeah. And I think this is good. We don't want it to be too tall. But we also don't want it to be completely flat, because that would be boring. Okay. Next order of business. We have a walkway that comes down through the middle. You know, I imagine it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a theater setup where, you know, people walk down this way, and then they go to their seats. But because the seats are arranged this way, with the ones in the back being taller, I think it's better if we do it sort of like they do in sports stadiums, where they have almost a tunnel that comes through the middle of the seats, and you walk. So you walk like this. You walk down the tunnel, and then you get to the bottom row of seats, which is down here. You walk over, and then you start walking up little stairs on the end of the rows. I I think that makes sense. And it gives us, you know, it also gives a nice straight shot down the middle of the theater. Might be kind of picturesque. I don't know. I would say it would make sense for this to be 3 blocks wide. I don't think it needs to be more than that. Because, you know, at that point we start giving up some of the chairs. And I don't really want to do that. So, yeah. I think that's good. So we should be able to use fill commands to kind of fill in these gaps a little bit. But first I would like to probably replace the emerald. So what's the order? What's the best order for doing this? I think we need to break this first, because this is just kind of annoying. Oh, it's interesting. Huh. Did not realize that floor was taller. Let's see. I think replacing the I think copying and then replacing the emerald that's the best order. So, how best to copy all of this? That's a good question. We need corners. So, we're going to need to grab this corner, which looks like is going to be here. Yes. And then we need to grab a corner back here, which needs to be in this line and also in this line. Looks like that is this block right here. And I believe if we stand on this block, which is in the center of the theater, drum roll please. We're going to flip it to the north. We're going to paste it, minus A for air. Hey presto, look at that. We got most of it. Not 100% perfect, but I'll take it. Can't be mad about that. Yeah. Delayed drum roll. Yeah, I think the stream is like I can't remember. I think it's like a 20-second delay though, so unfortunately not 100% real time, but I don't know if my computer could handle real time, so we're making do. Let's see, this looks like it's missing some too. Well, that's good. It's good to know. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and replace this emerald. So the emerald is going to be kind of the border of the different layers of floor. So it's going to go a little bit like... Different floors are going to go a little bit like this. And I want to pick a... You know, I think the floor itself is going to be probably this stripped crimson log. I think that's a good color for the floor. But I don't think I want to edge it in that, because that's not a very... It's not a good block for edging. So let's think about what we could put around the edge of this. I think we want something less bright than the crimson log, because it's such a powerful color. I think it would be better to have something more neutral, something white, black, gray, something in the gray scale to kind of offset it. Actually, this might be a good place to use nether brick, because it is, you know, it's dark, but it also has a tinge of that red in it. Yeah, I actually like that idea a lot. Yeah. So let's go ahead and change all this emerald. We're just gonna grab a tool and use a brush. Could use like a region selection thing, but easier this way, I think. Let's see. Nether brick. Just nether bricks. Radius 5. And we're going to mask emerald block. Perfect. And we should just be able to right click and watch all the emerald get turned into another brick. Beautiful. Feel like Bob Ross. Like Minecraft Bob Ross. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. Okay. So, next order of business is to kind of fill in the floor. So, I think fill commands are going to be our friend here. Although, it does appear to me that if we want a pattern like this, we may have to come in and do it by hand. I think we'll, you know what? I think we'll use a filler here too. So we're going to break this. Oops. We are going to fly up until our feet are in this outline. And we're going to say fill. Let's use emerald again. And we'll do some ridiculous radius. And hopefully this should fill only what I think it's going to fill. Otherwise, this underground is going to get really green really fast. And it did not escape. That is perfect. Cool. Yeah, so now we can, you know, I don't know if it's really necessary to fill that back in, but we can. And, yeah. We're just going to do this with all the different layers, I think. Ooh. But we don't want it to escape. So actually what we're going to have to do first is fill in this area underneath. Yep. That's going to be necessary. Okay. Not super difficult, so. I don't think you guys can hear it because I don't have the stream playing my the game sounds, but I really love the sound of nether bricks. It's I don't know, it's that like kind of clinking of rocks. It's a nice sound. Let's fill all this in. Yep, that's good. Also go here. I keep forgetting, hopefully next stream, I really want to have some music in the background so that people can listen to something other than me mumbling to myself for 2 hours. And every single time I've streamed so far, afterwards I've said to myself, oh yeah, I really need to add some music in the background. And then I always forget. Next time, you know? It's always pleasant when he's around. He's a nice guy. Let us see. I think we're also going to have to fill in this little wall here. This is going to be the same kind of wall as we have over here, so we can use diamond blocks for that again. But we do want to fill in this first. Yes. And then basalt pillars. Yep. Same thing on this side. It is this one. Okay. Just like that. Then we can start filling in this excess area with diamond blocks. Beautiful, beautiful diamond blocks. Guess we'll just do it this way. Oh, they're so shiny. Maybe that's why I use diamond when I'm when I'm laying things out. Maybe I just like the way it looks. That's entirely possible. That's not beyond the kind of thought processes I have. Let's see, we're going to do it like this. Perfect. It's just kind of relaxing. Back and forth, just dropping blocks. Oh, hard to believe time passes so quickly. Looks like we've hit the 2-hour mark already, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours. It's pretty nuts. So we'll finish up this floor, and then I think call it for the day, because I don't want to get too burnt out on this. So let's see. Let's pop one of these. We can stand here, and I think, yeah, look at that. And we'll just replace this so we remember that it's here. Same thing with this one. Perfect. And similarly with this last row. But we have to be careful because we did not properly mask off this last row. That would be a little bit of a disaster. Oh. It's true. It's true, you know, I mean, and that's kind of what's interesting to me about Minecraft, is that it's this game, you know, I mean, I'm like a lot of people, I'm sure. I'm one of those people that I'll play a game for weeks, months, whatever. But eventually, you know, it gets boring, and I've done all the quests, and, you know, there's nothing left for me to do that's interesting to do, right? But this is like one of those games that, because it's, you know, such a creative process, that I find that I never get tired of it. You know, there's always new stuff to build. You know, and I mean, at some point I'd like to play survival, but I haven't done it yet. But it's just, you know, I think that's why it's so exciting to me, is that, you know, it's powered by my own imagination. My mind must be an interesting place, I guess, at least to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, that's why it's so relaxing, I think, is because I enjoy doing it. And it's always fresh and fun and interesting. You know, I'm always having new ideas. I look at, I don't know, pictures on Reddit, and, you know, pictures on, like, Instagram and Pinterest, and I see real world buildings and just all this. There's inspiration everywhere. And I look at all this stuff and I think, oh man, I really want to, you know, build things. So I do. You know, I come here and I build them here. Because building things in the real world is generally a little bit expensive, and it's a difficult habit to support. Sometimes, not always, but often I find that's true. Yeah, it is. It's endless, you know? There's you know, I don't think there's really any point, you know, at which I'll be like, oh, I'm done with Minecraft. I finished it. I did all of it. I crafted all the mines. You know, and that's something you don't get with a lot of games. You know, there's that replayability factor, is, I guess, you know, kind of what it is. You know, there's not a lot of games that'll continue to catch your imagination every single time you pick them up. And it's, I don't know. It's a fantastic game. Like I said, really wish that I'd discovered it sooner in life. But there's time yet. I'm still plenty of time. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, see, and that right there, that moment, that's why I don't play survival. Because, you know, in here, it's creative mode. If you fall off something, nothing bad happens. If you're playing survival and you fall off something, maybe not, you know, that's something, because that was pretty short, but if you fall off a cliff in survival mode, you're dead. And I get the distinct feeling that if I did much in survival, I would just spend most of my time just being dead. I wouldn't really get a whole lot done. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But for now, I am content just to live in my little creative world and not worry about things too much. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see if we can, just for funsies, let's see if we can convert some of this diamond into the wall color that we had in mind, and then also this emerald, just to get an idea of what this place is going to look like. Because I can kind of picture it in my head, but you know, I think it's better for everyone to be able to see it. So I need to find the blocks that I plan to use. Can I use sand? I guess I can. It's not going to fall. That's exciting. Let's see. So I'm going for kind of a pale color palette. So we've got some, you know, kind of a plastery stucco look. So we have the stripped birch, sand, and then some different sandstones. I think smooth sandstone would be good in there too. Could add endstone, but I think that's a little bit much. I think we just, you know, it's too much color can also be a problematic thing. So I think this is a good palette. So we'll use stripped birch, sand, cut sandstone, regular sandstone, smooth sandstone. Let's see if I can remember all that. Okay, so we have sand. I remember that part. And we're going to do even parts. This is going to be 20% each. 20% sand, 20% smooth. Let's do stripped birch because that one occurs to me. Let's use birch wood because I don't want the end grain texture. Oh goodness, what else did I have? Smooth sandstone. Smooth sandstone. Good. Sandstone. That one's an easy one to remember. And finally, 20%. Oh. Am I really going to have to go look at it? Sandstone. Oh, I don't remember. It's like sandstone, smooth sandstone slab. Oh, man. I don't remember. So we're going to... Hold on. Cut sandstone. That's what it's called. Oh, my goodness. Okay, 20%. I knew it had something to do with sandstone. We'll do a radius 5. Oh, but we're going to do it on the tool. That would help. And then we are going to mask diamond blocks. Cool. And so, whenever I wave my shovel, hopefully what will happen is all these diamond blocks will disappear, and they'll be replaced with a nice random assortment of the 5 blocks I've got in my hotbar. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. We can always come back later and play around with the percentages. I like that. That's a good yeah, it's a good combination. You know, it's got some texture to it. That's got a little bit of color variation because this birch is, you know, a slightly darker shade of tan. It's got some different textures going on. I think that's actually really good. I may come back later and do a little bit less. What else? I believe it's magenta and purple terracotta. And maybe that was it. We're going to go check because this is important to me. So I built a building far over on this side of the city that has a really just I love the roof. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know how I ever came up with such a wonderful idea, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again. But yeah, it's this one. This building is super cool. I'm very happy with how it's coming along. So there's a little ways to go. But what I want to check This roof is, yeah, no, it is just, it's the two different kinds of terracotta, and then the strip logs and the planks. That's it. I thought there were more blocks, but I guess not. Yeah. That's just, I don't know. This building is beautiful. I love the shape. It's got this kind of, I call it a battleship prow. I don't know if that's really very accurate or descriptive, but it's got this kind of crescent shape on the front. Kind of reminds me of the front of big boats. They have a shape like that that's used to break up icebergs, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know very little about boats, but I feel like I saw like a documentary about the Titanic, maybe, that had something like that. I could be very wrong. But let's see. Okay, let's see if I can remember this. So we have stripped crimson hyphae, crimson planks, magenta, and purple terracotta. Okay. Oh man, BR, sphere, and then this time it's going to be 25 because there's only 4 of them. So we have stripped crimson hyphae. We have 25% crimson planks. Planks, yep. Just want to make sure it's plural. 25% magenta terracotta. And 25% purple terracotta. Radius of 5. And then for this, we're going to mask emerald. Cool. So now, I believe with a wave of our magic wand, we should be able to turn all this emerald into beautiful, beautiful pink colored stuff. Yeah, look at that. Easy as pie. This is a fun mix. I really like, it's just a good color. It's very rich. Yeah, so I think this looks good. It's bright, yeah, that's for sure. It's a strong color palette. It is no wussies here, but it's supposed to look kind of like kind of old and somewhat variegated carpet. I don't know if that's how it comes across, but that was the intention. I have to say, that is, I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. I'm really glad that I put the crimson bricks, nether bricks, because it's a good contrast color. Yeah, I like the pillars in the back made out of the basalt with the sandstone. I think it's all a really good, it's a good combo. You know, obviously, I think this whole place will look a lot better once we have all the various floors put in, you know, and the ceiling off, of course, and finish the stage and all of that. But I don't know. I think this is not a bad starting place. You know, it's not a bad jumping off point. It is. It does look kind of vintage, huh? It's yeah. I'm imagining where I went to school growing up. We had this beautiful auditorium that I went to a school. It was officially a school of the arts, and they had this beautiful. It had this beautiful auditorium in it, or beautiful theater, with, you know, like these chairs all around it with like that red velvet cushions and stuff, and it had these bright red curtains, and you know, a lot of the surfaces had like that fake gold gilding on them and stuff, and the banisters were shaped like lions, and all of the really over the top fancy theater stuff that I don't know, you see in movies and stuff. And this reminds me a lot of that. It's taking me back. Very nostalgic. Kind of wonder. I imagine the theater's still there. I don't know. I haven't been back back home in quite a long time. Be interesting to see what it's looking like these days. All right. Well, I think that that's where we're gonna kind of end today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm having a lot of time. I'm having a lot of fun with all of this. And it's really great to actually, get to hang out with people and stuff. Yeah, it's great to see everyone, and it's cool that people, are interested in watching. I don't know, it's such a weird feeling for me. I've always been a very kind of quiet person. I keep to myself. I don't make waves. And to have a confirmation, I guess, that people think the stuff I've been building is cool and they want to look at it. I don't know. It's heartwarming. I can't tell you quite how wonderful it feels, but thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, and for anyone who's new, hopefully I'll try to do this. I don't know. Still trying to figure out a steady stream schedule, but I would like to do this, once or twice a week. So, if you have the time and you want to just come and hang out, you should come and hang out because it's a fun place to be, and we're playing Minecraft, the greatest game in the world, right? But anyway, it's been great hanging with you all, but I think I have to go get a little bit of food, relax a little bit, and get off to sleep. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.